What's up? This is Chosen World Podcast. I'm your host, Mr. DKB, and always with me is my brother, the Unknown Factor. Tonight,
Boards are fucking up.
they are always. Tonight, we got a very special guest in the house, M.A.S Lights Out. What's up, bro?
Going on? How y'all doing? Fuck
Yeah.
up, baby. Shows a few on my chest. You know what I mean? You know how we do.
Hell yeah.
Man, wait. Real quick, before we get into any any motherfucking thing. Bro, I want your shirt.
Yeah, that is a dope ass shirt.
Thank you.
That's dope as
I'm,
fuck.
I'm, I think I'm like one of the I think it's only 7 of us that have it.
Well, we need to make more of them as a collective. And
I'll
that's
get, I'll
all.
get, I'll get, I'll get you, I'll get y'all a shirt. I get both y'all a
Yeah,
shirt exclusively.
that's dope as fuck, man. I support the
Appreciate you.
fuck out of that on the podcast, man.
Yeah,
Go
I think
ahead.
this is actually my
I,
favorite 144 shirt.
Yeah, I've
yeah,
never seen that one. That's dope.
neither had
Thank you.
I. That's why I had to point it out. But proceed, my brother. I just
But,
had to point out the dope shit he
yeah,
was wearing.
we was getting into M.A.S Lights Out. It was kind of funny. Like, I didn't know if was supposed to say lights out, mass lights out. Have you ever had that issue in your life, or am I just fucked up right now?
No, I have an issue all the time. It's like people don't see the dots to understand it as like a period, which means end of sentence. Like, so it just fucks it like everybody else. So everyone
I'm
just runs it
so
off like the dots aren't there. It's amazing to
uh,
me. It
I'm,
happens on
I'm
stage. It happens everywhere.
thanks for making me feel like an idiot, lights out. Because like, firstly, much love to you, bro, for real. And like, because I just want to bring up like we've had the privilege of working with a lot of the 144. I mean, we are 144. We work with a lot of 144. That's what the fuck is up. You know what I'm saying? This is one of the individuals, as far as in the span of the individuals that we've interviewed, that we've already got some shit back from. It's dope as fuck. Y'all can't hear it yet. It ain't out yet. I'm sorry. It will be coming soon on the next Till the Factory album. But the reason I bring that up is because it says M period A period S period lights out. I shouldn't even have had to ask you that question. My bad.
No, it happens. It happens more than you would think. Like way more than you would think. At events, videos, people like would like call me that. Like when they see me, like M.A.S Low. No, that's not my name. But that's why Lights Out is so pertinent, and I go by Lights Out so heavy because you can't mess that up.
What's MAS stand for?
Master of all situations.
Oh, master of all situations, lights out. Oh, I fucking like that, bro. I didn't that like man. All right, look. Now that we know that, I want to know, when did you get started on a mic? You know what I'm saying? And when you got started on a mic, from at what point from picking it up to did you evolve to M.A.S Lights Out? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm assuming you didn't pick up a mic and all of a sudden it's, oh, you're M.A.S
No,
Lights Out. You know,
no.
or you're M.A.S Lights Out. Like that wasn't boom, right?
I picked up the mic kind of late. Like a lot of people like Judah and Fire and a lot of other cats and 144 and the cats that I came up in the game with like started when they were teenagers. I didn't really start rapping until I was already like 24.
Fuck you.
So yeah, I picked it up
No,
real
no,
late.
no, 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 no. Because I was hoping finally somebody was gonna kind of match me because I started when I was 32. I don't really mean to fuck you, but it's because everybody's saying like this asshole started when he was fucking 15. But Seven
Right,
started when he was 11.
right. Everyone
Flame
starts when they're
started.
teenagers.
Yeah, I started when I was 32, so I can't relate to you way more on that. But I still
Yes, you
started
can.
8 years later than you did. Shit.
Yeah, it's just it's still a principle because we're still one of the oldest ones that started. So everyone else has their rhythm and their timing, and by the time we get to where they are, yeah, I mean, especially since we're all around the same age anyway. So if you're starting when you're 15, I'm starting when I'm 22 or 24, and we're all the same age. You're more seasoned than I am, so I have a lot of catching up to do. So that is probably the reason why I rap as aggressive as I do, because I feel as though I always am behind all the time and everything. So everything I write,
Hmm.
I feel as though I need to attack it stronger than anyone else on the track because I feel as though I'm behind everyone else.
I
I
I
get that.
feel like you've just explained something about my own self when you said that, Mass. As crazy as that is, you know what I mean? But I want to flip this real quick based on what you just said. I'm curious. What I mean, other than the fact that obviously they have a higher lyrical ability because they've been doing it longer. Because I know if you compare myself and DKB, that's fucking obvious. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you I'm better lyrically than DKB because it would be fucking asinine and ignorant of me. and I like to be. I like to think I could be an ass, but I like to not be asinine. You know what I mean? But I'm
Right.
curious. Do you think there is anything in starting that late that makes it to where it's something of an advantage for you?
Yes, I do. I think that when you're a teenager, like it's more so boom bap at the table, the lunchroom table. Is more competition, which is not a bad thing. It's a very good thing. But when you catch on late, you're more driven. Like I think people that have been rapping since they were teenagers kind of take their skill level for granted. Versus us who start late, it's like all right, like I said, I have a chip on my shoulder every time I rhyme now. So I think that's the difference between us starting late and the guys that start early. Because lyrically, like lyrical ability is lyrical ability. I don't think that like there's a lot of people that rap later that earlier than I am, and I bust their ass. Like so, it's not about the time of the lyrical, and then it's about the seriousness you take your craft. A lot of people been rapping for like 30 years and still can't really rhyme. You know what I mean? No disrespect to them,
Oh
no
shit!
disrespect to them, but and that's the difference between what I call a rapper and an MC. We have a lot of rappers out here. It's not a lot of MCs anymore. And to me, like I consider myself an MC. I take that really seriously every time I touch a pen because I started late. So I think that's a little bit of a positive for us because we're hungry. It's like, all right, well, if you're serious about your craft, you should be hungry and be like, look, I started later than them. I gotta chew it every time I'm on here. Like I have to. It's like it's your purpose because you know somebody started when they're 15. So they should be better than you. So that should drive you to be better than them. And I don't compete. Like I know a lot of people compete to be on track. Like I don't get on the track to try to be the best on the track. I get on the track to be the best me on the track. I don't compete with my peers. I mean, it happens when you're having fun, but I don't get on my track to say I'm gonna bust all your ass. It's what it's gonna do. I get on the track to be the best me that I'm gonna be and to make the song as best as the song can be. If I happen to bust your ass, that's good. That's what's up. Salute to me. But but I don't get on the song with the express purpose of I'm a embarrass everybody else on the track because then that's the way you can actually go and fail in that mission, and then you look really really bad when you're shooting for the stars and you miss, and then you fall on the ground, and everyone else embarrasses you on this track when you were shooting to be better. I think that's a ill common practice.
Yeah.
I'm dropping jewels today. I'm dropping jewels.
No,
Dropping
no, no,
jewels.
hell yeah, bro, hell yeah. You really are lights out, man. And I'll tell you, like there's a lot of things that you've said that I probably relate to you way more than my brother does, in all sincerity. Or I don't know how he exactly looks at it, but I'm curious to know something from, and I'd like to think this is probably a perspective that you and I share. Um, what's it like to start so late, and then you go and you develop your skill, and someone sees it that is way more seasoned, and you can tell, damn, this dude knows what he's doing and knows what's up and can do a thing on a lot of different levels. And they're like, I'll fuck with you. What's up, bro? You know who I'm fucking talking about, by the way. That's my brother right there, Killed the Factor DKB, as well as all the 144 later on. It was just that motherfucker first for me. You know what I mean? But what was it like for you when it came to the 144 and Judah and everything? And, they seen that and you knew the
Mm.
difference as far as levels and age and time.
It was great because Judah threw me into 144 in a real crucial time. Like we had a 42-hour lockdown in Virginia, and everyone from 144 had to come to this one studio and record. And that was the first time I met any of them but Judah. The only person I knew going in there was Judah. I didn't know Fire yet, and Preem. I knew Preem also. I didn't know Fire. I didn't know Smooth. So when I first got there, it was like, all right, Judah was like, go to work, have at it. I'm gonna leave you to the wolves. Go. So that built us up. And Judah already knew I could rhyme, but getting that validation from Judah and Father Tom is another one. Father Tom is a monster, monster. When he told me I was good, then I was like, okay, cool. Like you need somebody that like you said that's above you,
Yeah.
or their lyrical abilities above you to give you that gratification because we in hip hop it's competitive, but it's still real. You know what I mean? If you feel as though like you need that validation because and you need it from real people. Let's say that from real people. Like another artist can tell me that I'm hot and it's cool. A fan can tell me that I'm hot and I like it. This what's up. Hey, hi. But another artist telling me that, and an artist that I believe is at my skill level or better, that is why I do this for. Like that's what makes me keep writing. I want you to make the stink face every time I rhyme. I want you to go every time you hear me rhyme. Every time you hear me rhyme, you gotta go
Well,
or
look,
tap your friends like, ew.
all I'll say is the fucking shit that we got as far as on the next Killer Factor album from you and one other member of the original 144. We'll get to him later. He ain't scheduled yet. I ain't fucking giving no spoilers. Cause yeah, I don't, man. It's no fun. I want y'all to anticipate this shit
Just
like a
tune in.
motherfucker.
Tune in,
Right? Yeah.
people.
Yeah, tune in. We'll get to it. We're gonna get to everybody. If you've watched these every podcast and he said some name you ain't seen yet, it'll come up. I promise. It might already be scheduled. But yeah, man. I mean, you made me make that face when I got that verse bad, man. Especially with how we structured that song. You know what I mean? As far as it wasn't just a straightforward run this verse. It was like follow this, follow that, and then
Right.
you know what I mean? Like, you know. So I'm curious in that. I feel like I'm asking too many questions. Should I just keep asking them?
Yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's what we doing. How we gonna learn each other if we don't ask these questions and get
Oh,
these
what?
answers?
Well, I was asking that
Nah,
motherfucker,
you
man.
Oh,
good.
I'm sorry.
Are
Yeah.
you good,
I gotta tell
broski?
you, my brother might be a
I'm
little too
learning too.
high.
I
Well, no,
might
not
be.
even that. But he might be a little too high and a little bit on the COVID right
I
now,
don't know
right? But
what
that's
the
a whole
fuck,
nother
man. I
thing.
get hit with the
Ah,
fucking Goku COVID 9000 something in my head.
the fucking COVID went Kaioken times 10 and then hit my brother
Right.
DKB. Like, I don't know what the fuck was up with that shit, man. It was fucking heinous, right?
You
Um,
better though? You feeling better?
I was, and then like it's just not going away, man. It's just like in my head
Dang.
though. Like I'm sure you can
Like
hear it. You know what I mean? Like it just,
yeah, a little
ugh.
bit.
But like yeah, like I had a fever, had that shit, and then like I don't know, man. Like it went away. Now it's just all in my head, but like it won't go away. It's like 2 weeks now. It's pissing me
well,
off.
bet I don't remember what the fuck I was gonna ask before I
I don't
said
know
that because
either.
I mean, I but because check it because you my brother, man, and we the hosts, and I'm just not trying to take over the show. But I
I
know you don't
appreciate
feel good, man. You know what I mean? Always, dude. It's love. It's fucking, Um, but in let's flip it to a different case since you apparently caught the COVID. I'm curious, Mass, because we just asked this to Flames on the last
you. Stop
episode.
calling them mass. See, you gotta call
Fuck, I
this
do. Just
motherfucker
call
out,
me
dude.
lights out.
Yeah.
You do, do me
Just
a
call me
favor.
like just say lights out for the rest of
Lights
the
out,
joint.
lights out,
Yeah.
lights out, lights out. Hey, look, if I fuck up and do it, just be like, hey, fucking Factor, you asshole. I don't give a fuck, bro. You ain't gonna offend me. I promise. If you manage to offend me, lights out, I don't know what you did, but you probably offended a bunch of other motherfuckers too. You know what I mean? Like, if you offended me, I'm not the only motherfucker in the room you offended. I assure you. Uh,
Okay.
but yo, no, like I'm curious then, right? What do you think the effects of COVID, like when it initially popped off? Like, what did you think all of that, man, and the effects that it had as to us as
Yeah, because
artists,
we
man?
was like
It
kind
wasn't
of
fun.
everything was kind of moving fast, and then bam, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
and
it
we was
just stopped everything.
yeah, we was getting ready to meet Judah. I'm pretty
Mm-hmm.
fucking sure. I'm pretty sure. I was pretty sure I was getting ready to meet you face to face too, for that matter. Lights out.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
like I don't know exactly how much of the original 144 of those 9 were coming on that tour. I'm pretty sure it wasn't all 9,
It
but
wasn't all now, but it was a good
yeah,
amount of it.
yeah, but it was a good chunk, man. I'm pretty like it was Flames, you, Judah. I'm not sure who beyond that because it's been 2 years and COVID has been a bitch to everybody, you
Yeah.
know. Which firstly, fuck COVID for that. I wanted to meet my 144 family. It can blow me. But back to my question, man. What do you think is the overall effects that had? And what do you think we could do to negate them, especially at this point going forward?
I think it was two effects that happened. One positive, one negative. I feel as though that at that point, a lot of the 144, like even affiliates, we were all moving really good in one direction. And like you said, COVID just put a wall up and stopped everything. No shows, you couldn't go to like nobody's house to record, none of that. That was a negative side. I believe that the positive side was you couldn't go anywhere, so you had to focus on your pen. You had nothing but time to start writing and get your bars up because you had nothing else to focus on. We wasn't able to go outside for a lot of us couldn't go outside for months. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
a lot of like I know
Yeah.
Judah got like I think 30 songs done in that summer.
Whew.
You know what I mean? Like I got a couple songs done that summer. Like so like it was the pen game
Hmm.
that is a good side of it, but the bad side of it was everything coming to like a really screeching halt because like we about to go on tour. We were supposed to record another album during that time, and everything was shut down. What I would think as far as moving forward, so that the COVID doesn't or anything like COVID doesn't cripple us again, is more organization. More of an I don't like online stuff per se because I'd rather be in front of the people. But
Fuck
if
yeah.
I mean, I'd rather be in front of the people. But
Yeah.
if we can if we can find a way to organize shows, like if we know COVID's here, organize a show online. Like let's get it like how we're doing this chat right now. You can do a concert the same way. You know what I mean? Just you go live, you tag all your
Oh,
people in.
oh, you don't fuck around. Oh, lights out. You just gave me a brilliant idea. Thank you, good sir. Proceed with your answer. I'm sorry. I did
No,
not
you're
mean to
good.
interrupt.
Like stuff like that. Like that's how you can kind of negate it. It won't be the same because you need that audience. Like hearing them yell on the phone is not the same as you watching somebody like nod to your shit. But that would negate it a little bit because you can still reach the people. That's what Instagram and the social media is for. Um, I'm glad that we're back so that we can actually be into more interactiveness with it. Because like I said, I'm really not a fan of the social media thing. It's cool. It gets us what we're doing now. But I'd rather be out there with the fans. I'd rather see my friends and my family and give daps and see like a kill factor and be like, yo, y'all killed that yesterday. And see you when I say it. You know what I mean? Like I feel the vibe of the energy. It's both of y'all rap. So you ever watch somebody on stage and they go so hard and you like, I'm about to fuck this shit up.
Oh yeah,
Just because the person ahead of you went
Yeah.
so
Oh,
hard.
I,
You know what I'm
I,
saying?
yeah.
yeah.
It's
I know
amazing.
for a
And
fact
that's
it's
kind of
there.
like we talk about that every time we go on. Like we want to be that. Like we need to go so hard that the acts behind us are like, oh fuck, we got to go on after these guys.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. I want every act that follows us to go. Fuck, we gotta follow Killer Factor, son of a bitch. Yeah, that's the response I want. I want that response even before you see us perform. If you know us as an act, and if it's the first time you see us perform, I want you to go, "What? Fuck!"
Right.
Like that's the response because then I feel like, all right, good, we accomplished what the fuck we wanted to accomplish.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
yeah.
that's the best. That's the best response. Is the stink face and what the fuck?
Now
Like
imagine
Those are the
imagine if we had like like a 144 tour. Like we're all like that. We all have that mentality of what I mean. Like we're gonna fuck some shit up and you're gonna notice it. But we all
mhm.
have love to each other. Like you couldn't imagine the energy we would all bring to a show. You know what I
That would
mean?
be an amazing tour. Like that would be an amazing show
Yeah.
because not only are we all one, we're family, so the support would be crazy, energy would be crazy.
It'd be like a
We're
festival
all
type atmosphere.
exactly.
fuck yeah, fuck
That'd be
yeah.
so awesome, and it's different variety.
Hmm.
Like that's the most thing I love about 144 the most is where none of us are the same. Like it's so many of us, but none of us are the same, and that's so unique to find a gang of people that nobody's the same. It's so hard,
Hmm.
especially in today's era when everyone sounds alike.
Yeah. I can. Oh my god, I
Yeah,
agree. Like
like how much like you just started, not you just started, but you know what I mean, you started later in your life. How much of that niche did you like? How hard was it to find your own self? Because like you're coming in late, so like you're already hearing styles, you already kind of like getting other influences. How hard is it just to come in and be something different than what's popping all around you like everybody else is doing?
It was super hard because when I first came in, like I'm older. I don't look old, but I'm older. So when I first came in, Jay-Z was strong,
Hmm.
super strong. So my flow kind of geared towards Hove in the beginning.
whoa,
But
whoa, damn. Can I just say, lights out? I could really like. I never pop that, but just hearing your voice, yeah, you could probably flow pretty much exactly like Jay Z if you wanted, can't you?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So And I heard that once or twice, and then I started getting out of it. But since I'm older, then I remember the one, like, one of the greatest lines of hip hop is, and a lot of young cats is going to listen to this podcast ain't going to know. When Run went on and Crush Groove and said, "There's been a lot of superstars on this here stage tonight, but I'm gonna tell y'all one thing. This is my motherfucking house." That is what made me get my own identity, because I want you to say that about me. I don't want you to say he sound like Jay-Z. No, because then it's not my house then.
Mm-hmm.
If I sound like another man. So once I started getting the comparisons to Jay-Z, of course you're gonna mimic in the beginning. You're gonna mimic what you know.
Right.
Like even R&B singers, you mimic Michael Jackson. That's who you grew up watching. It's just something that it's a pattern that you have to break with the more that you write, and then understanding who you are. Because I didn't live Jay-Z's life, so it was easier for me to break that pattern. And I'm from Philly, so it's nowhere near the same lifestyle. And our flows are grittier. Like New York's a little flashier flow. They talk shit, they a little flashier flow. Philly's more rougher and at your neck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would
So
definitely say
it's
that
Yeah,
easier
that's
for me to
that's what
break
I
it.
always hear. Like the New York people kind of have that little fear about Philly cats. You know what I mean? Like, oh, he's a little bit different. They're a little bit
Yeah,
different. We are. How much you think, like, you know what I mean, like that grit and the grind like molded you though? Like you say, like you didn't want to be like that. You wanted to represent Philly.
yeah. That was a lot. It was a
whoa.
strong bit
Oh shit.
of my persona
Hey,
of
hey, hey.
trying to represent the
What
city.
hey, what the fuck you putting my lights out for, dude? What the fuck?
This is what I
Jesus
do. This is what I
Christ,
do.
man.
This is what I do.
Like
So
literally during Lights
Literally.
Out interview, he put the damn lights out on one of
I'm
the hosts.
magical. I'm magical.
Proceed, bro.
So like I was saying, like around that time, everyone was rapping, especially in the city, because Major Figures was still in, State Property were still in, Philly's Most Wanted had just came out. So you had to find your own niche, and in Philly you can't sound like nobody else in this city, or you get dog walked,
Hmm.
like dog walked. So and then you had underground rappers. You had Reed, you had my man Montana Black, you had Joey Jihad. It was so at that time it was such a hotbed for hip hop here. So you had to separate yourself somehow. I wasn't a battle rapper. Like Reed and them was battle rappers. I wasn't a battle rapper. I was more of a thought rapper. Like I could sit there and write all day. My freestyle is a little limited, so I'm gonna keep it real. My freestyle is a little limited because I overthink. Like I could probably do it, but I'll trip over my
I,
own words because I'm trying to plan it out the next
Hmm.
word.
dude, I relate so much to what you just said, Lights Out. You got a fucking idea. Yeah, I overthink like a motherfucker. So it does.
Mhm.
I get that, man. I get it, and it makes it to where you want to think about. And I think that makes me curious, man. I gotta, and I think this is just something I pretty much ask everybody, or DKB has one of us. Uh, in your flow, what is most important to you when you're writing? Is it the lyricism, what you're doing, or are you trying to convey a story and a message? Like what's now? Don't tell me both, because that's the
I'm
easy
not. No, I'm
fucking
not. I'm not.
answer.
I'm gonna give
I
you a
said
weird. I'm
what's
gonna give you a
most
weird
yeah.
answer. I'm gonna give you
All
a
right.
weird answer.
Oh, I love it. I love as the unknown factor. I love some weird answers, bro. Please proceed, bro.
It's
Yeah.
it's honestly, this is gonna sound so lame. It's honestly what the beat tells me to do.
No, that is you know what that's like you said that fucking reason I started hip hop, bro. Or the reason I started doing is hip hop as fuck. No, that is a hip hop as fuck answer. Lights out. It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
That's
got a
a
mix.
hip
I
hop
got a
as
mixtape
fuck.
called "Let the Beat Talk to Me." You know what I mean? I'm the
Right,
same way.
exactly. Like
Like just let it talk to me. I go this
whatever the beat
way.
tells
I
me to
go that
do,
way.
whatever the beat tells me to do is what I do. I'm like, I can't like y'all gonna laugh this too. I still can't count bars, but I
We
can
run
give you a
into that a
16.
lot.
I,
I can still give you a 16.
I
I can give you a
see.
12.
I need
I
a
know the
well.
rhythmic. I know the rhythmic pattern of the beat. So the rhythmic pattern
Okay,
of the beat tells me what I'm doing.
but check it. You say you can't count bars, but if I ask you for 12 and you give me 12, that technically means you can because I'm telling you
Exactly.
right. Yeah, I'm telling you
Exactly.
right now. We both individually and as a collective as Killer Factor have dealt with people. No one inside the 144, just to be clear, fam. Y'all fucking on a different fucking level, but we fucked with a lot of people, especially when we was running in FGR. There was a lot of people. Some of them fuckers don't know what the fuck a bar is.
That's
Like,
weird.
just I.
Sure.
I know what a bar is. It's just my rhyme pattern is different.
I I know motherfuckers that say they rap and they don't know. They don't know,
You
man.
see, I'm so frustrated by this.
So
I
like,
don't
do
because
you write on a pad, or do you type shit out, or you just kind of like freestyle in your head, then write it out? Because like, well, like me, like I know pretty much like I'm writing a line, that's my bar, and I'm putting a little dash in between my second bar, so I know 2 bar, 4 bar, 6 bars. But I look at like Factor shit, and it's just like a fucking. I'm like, how do you read this? You know what I mean? But he does his
Yeah,
thing.
it's almost both. Like I started putting the dashes in like yours because someone told me what, like, all right, this is a bar here, this is a bar here, this is a bar here. So I started doing the dashes before I just write,
Hmm.
and then I would just stop. Like I'll be like, all right, I'm supposed to stop. Like my mom would tell me I'm supposed to stop here, so I would just stop there. So someone told me I needed to write a 16. You got to count your bars. So then I started doing a dash and was like, all right, I think that's a bar. All right, cool. That works. That works. So I do dashes now. I write on my phone every so often. Like if I'm at a studio, I'd rather be in my book. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather be in
Hmm.
my book with the pen and the pad. I think to me, nothing is better
Hmm.
than a pen and a pad. Like it's more personable. You feel
yeah.
your pen glide on the paper. It's hip hop.
Mhm.
It's just hip hop. Like you
Yeah.
in your phone is like you just texting. Nothing
Then I
wrong with people that do it. I'm just
then
saying.
I gotta ask a question that my brother first asked on this podcast, and that's when you're writing with a pen, do you have to have a particular kind of pen, or just any motherfucker do?
Any pen. It just can't be red.
Really? See, okay. I was just because I'm
But
picky,
at least
man.
there's always something though.
Yeah,
Like everybody's got it.
Yeah.
Like, see, you can't
yeah, it
be
is
red.
like
Like
no red,
mine, I
no
gotta
red.
have like whatever this fucking ink, this gel ink. Like if it's a ballpoint pen, normal Bic, nah, I can't write with that shit. You
Really?
get me something at the hotel, I can't write on a pen. No, it has to be like this fucking like I don't know
Look,
what it is. It's like the rolling gel ink, like
I know what you're talking about.
stiff.
Yeah,
Like I
those are
don't
good
know.
pens
Like when
though.
I write with the other shit, I just feel
eh,
different. Like it's not
what?
me. Yeah, I can't write with that
Yeah.
Well,
Factor.
well, wait. Here, I'm
Even
gonna
like
say
the
something
look of
funny
it
though.
though, like it has to like look the same and like I don't know, you know what I mean?
I think it's funny though because he says he can't write. You can't write in red, bro, right? But me and this motherfucker sometimes we write stupid ass back and forth. It's killer factor conversation. I mean, I you could go and listen to everything we got, and the next album it'll be fucking more intricate as far as just like the switches we make. But it's funny you say you can't write in red because when we're doing that, I have to write in black and red. So this is mine and this is his. Otherwise, I get confused as fuck, man. I'm
That's
telling you.
different. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, if I have to write, like if there's no other pen, I will write in red. I'm not going to not write it, but I'd rather not. Like if you give me a red pen and you say it's 4 black pens, I'm going to take the black pen.
Well, I see some
It's just something
art.
about the
I
red.
see some art behind you. Like, is that your art?
No, actually, the crazy thing is this right here.
Uh-huh.
That's me and my grandmother when I was a child. I don't know who drew that.
Oh, that's
This right
cool.
here is my daughter. She made this
Oh, that's
when she when
dope,
she was when
bro.
she was 14, 14,
Hell yeah.
and this little tree thing here, my daughter made when she was 16.
Oh, that's dope.
Oh, dude, I really dig. Do you tell your daughter I really dig that tree?
Thank you. Yeah, I love
Yeah,
that tree. That's my more. I love that tree.
I really dig that fucking tree. That tree is dope. Can I get that with the shirt? I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I had to try though. You know, I can't fucking
Yeah,
help
no, I
myself.
love that. Like,
Nah,
what's
nah.
funny is I had to buy it.
Oh shit.
Yeah, the,
Damn.
the, the tree, I had to buy it because she didn't want it, so she offered it to somebody, and then they wanted it, and I'm like, no. It was like that was like I think this was the first real thing she drew all the way through. That one it took her forever to draw, but it's not even done. And I was like, I want it, so I just bought it. It's not even completed.
Damn.
That's intriguing. So to that effect, man, I'm curious. When you ever get into a track and like you're just getting into it and you get into some part you can't fucking complete it. So like to the point where you like want to jab your pen to the fucking paper and just start like you know, like you ever have those moments?
Last
All
night,
right.
no, Friday night, Friday night.
All right. What's your solution for when that happens, man? Like what do you do?
um, when I'm home, I'll drink something. I'll drink some alcohol. If like when I was with Fire, that's the funny thing. I was with Fire. and Black at their house recording a new song for them, and I got everything done but the last four. So the last four I could not get. I could not get my closeout bars to save my life. Like I could not. Like it made no sense. It took me like maybe like 20 minutes to 30 minutes to get these closeout bars, and I just kept thinking of like this kept going over the wordplay over and over again, and going over my bars over and over again. Because to me, everything got to be cohesive. So I can't start like I can start a new rhyme pattern. That's not a problem, but it still would have to like be a link chain to the rhyme pattern before that. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard. I can't even tell a person how to do that because it's just sheer will at that point. Like you just have to make yourself get out of it and just force your way through it and just start rhyming dumb words together, and then you start catching like, all right, now that's dumb. All right, now I can get to serious words. And once you get your serious words back, then you can start writing it on the paper again. That's what I do. I start rhyming like really stupid words and like, all right, that rhymes, just to get my pattern back. And then hopefully I can come up with something good. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, I got a book full of rhymes that are not done because I just can't finish them bars. I just can't.
But man, can I say? I mean, that's always been my opinion when it comes to things, and this is because this may be because as an MC, I consider myself more of a storyteller than anything. Like I really, and this is why like my greatest influence as an MC is Stan Lee. You know, he's a great storyteller. You know what I mean? So that's just how I am. I mean, DKB, I've had this conversation. He's the better lyricist when it comes to Kill the Factor. He's the lyricist. I'm the storyteller. That's the fucking breakdown. And that to me has always made it to where those last couple bars are always the most difficult because you're looking through everything and you're going, okay, I got 4 more bars. I got to wrap this up just tight. And then you might get to those last 3. Okay, I got to fuck. So no, I fully understand that, bro. I cannot tell you how many times I've hit up DKB and been like, dude, these last 2 fucking bars, I swear to fucking Christ, I motherfucking like, yeah, like shitty ass, just using just like fucking like couldn't even think of a word beyond fuck to say because I couldn't figure out what the last 2 bars were. Yeah, I mean that's just it's factual, man. I can't tell you how many times I've had it happen.
Obviously, it's a little bit harder, like when you're at a studio with people too.
Oh
like,
God!
Exactly. So everybody's looking at you like,
yeah,
you gonna finish? You done? And then the beat's all loud, and you're just looking at everybody looking at you like, ain't you going next? And you're like, wait, I got it. Shh, I'm good. Luckily, I got done first, though. So that was good. But yeah, no.
Shit.
It's always the last 4. For me, it's always the last 4. It's the last 4, and it's the first 2, mostly for me. Like, it's hard for me to, like, once I start, I'm good until the last 4. But it takes me a while to start, depending on the beat. Like, if I don't like the beat, it takes me forever to start it.
Can I just say, Lights Out, I swear out of every interview that we have done, you have said the most things that I personally, as an MC, relate to. Like, holy shit! Like from the first 2 to the last 4, fuck yeah, I get that. To from when you started late in the, it's just really, it's kind of blowing my mind a little. Just so you fuck. But I'm curious in that, like, what do you think when you're getting in the studio with everybody, as opposed to just writing on your own? Like, what do you think of the differences there? Does it apply more pressure, or is it more like, oh, I'm working with my peers, so it alleviates and makes you feel like fuck yeah, and it's a bit more fun because it's all of you? You know what I mean?
That's a
Or is it a bit of both?
I think it's a bit of both. Like, I'm a little bit of an introvert, so I'd rather be writing by myself. But when you're with your peers, if it's your peers, because you can write with people that you don't like. If you're with your peers, then it's more fun. Like Friday, case in point, Friday was me, Papers, Fire, and my man Moody. So like we're writing each other and we're looking at each other. Because I don't care there's no MC that's not gonna tell me that you want to write the best verse, but you're racing. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what nobody say you're racist. So you like, how many bars you got? You got 4?
Let me hear.
I only got 2. Fuck. All right. How many bars you got now? You got 8? Like it's just like it's the competition of it all and it's the fun of it all. So I prefer both. I think it's better for the art when you're together. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think it's better for the art of the song when you're together because then you're feeding off that energy. Especially if like let's say us 3 are doing a song and I'm looking and I'm like, all right, What you got? You said some shit, and I'm like, oh, I'm not using this no more. I'm gonna change this now. Like,
Hmm.
it makes the track better. It's the energy that comes with it. Versus you being by yourself and you don't have that duality. That's something to feed off of.
But how much you think that changes the track though? Like, if you're by yourself, you're going one way, but if you're with your dudes, you might be going a whole different way with that track. You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
And that happens all the time. That happens all the time. It's been times that like Judah will send me a song and he'll be like, all right, we're gonna record this next week. I don't like coming to the studio unless I'm ready to go. Like when I walk into the studio, I want to walk in the studio, I want to put the
Hmm.
headphones on, I want to spin my verse, and I want to sit down. So my stuff is already written and most of it likely is memorized.
Hmm.
So we had went to his studio to record one time, and I was like rapping over my verse in my head, and then I heard Judah's verse, and then I heard I think it was Father Tom's verse, and then I heard Smiles' verse, and I'm like, I'm not even on the same subject matter. Oh shit! So I had to rewrite a whole verse,
Damn.
which I mean, which is a part of the game, especially when you didn't
But
get a
it's,
beat.
I mean, I guess it's good that you actually went in the studio instead of like sending your verse out. You know what I mean? Type of shit. And
Exactly.
it's like,
No,
Like, well, no, if the verse would have worked,
right,
it would have
but it
worked.
wouldn't have been the
But
same.
exactly, and we get that a lot because Judo just sent a beat and it's like, all right, write to this. We're
Mm.
like, what? What are we doing to it? There's no subject matter. What are we doing? He's like, just write to it. I don't care.
hey,
And
look,
then,
I can relate to that because Judah sent me this track and was like, "Hey,
yep,
man, give me a hook. Here's the name of it." And I was like,
right, like, okay,
"Okay."
Hmm.
Like, I suppose all right, Judah. I mean, I'm not gonna fucking tell you no. Let me go
mm-hmm,
do this. You know,
right,
it does kind of put you in a situation. But I'm curious on the flip side of that, man. You ever send a track out to somebody, you know, and then got something back? Because I know you know, like if we send a track out, we're gonna make sure that the concept is clear to whoever we're sending it to. Normally, we're gonna make sure it's got at least a hook, if not more. I mean, I know when we sent you our shit, it had both all like the hook and all of our shit
yeah,
done. You know what I'm
that
saying?
was
Like,
like perfectly sent.
yeah, that way it's like so you can get the full concept, and your ass ain't gonna go off topic. Like, but what do you do, man, in the situation where you send and somebody sends you a verse back, and you're like, yeah, this doesn't even fucking work at all.
I've only had it happen once, and I told him I had to rewrite it. I think it doesn't match with what I'm doing here.
What they do?
Oh, they didn't do the song.
Ah, that's the answer. I fucking expected. I want to point
Yeah,
out because I've had that shit happen
they
before.
didn't do the song.
Yeah.
They were like, what do you mean? And I'm like, I send it to you with a hook, and you're nowhere near what we're talking about. So I need you to rewrite your verse. He's like, I'm not
Hmm.
going to do that. That's fine. You're not on the song then. Like we're professionals. Like if I send you the verse and you was like, the verse doesn't work for my song. My job is if I want to be on the song to rewrite the verse. If I tell you I'm not rewriting the verse, then obviously I don't want to be on the song.
Right.
Man, you know, we just had Fire Nation Flames on. Stay humble, right? Right.
Facts.
Stay humble, right? And grind. Those are the two key things, right? And whoever the fuck that was, obviously didn't get either of those points. Lights out at
Nope.
fucking all. Cause yeah, like if I send somebody a verse, and I know DKB like, and you fucking hit us like, man, this shit's way off topic. You'd be like,
I mean,
what did I do? Hold
just
on,
imagine that
yeah,
person in
you fix it.
studio, like fucking up a whole vibe. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I
Right.
mean? Like,
No.
just coming in, like, this is me. This is what I'm doing. I don't care. Like,
Exactly. And I'm like really like I'm a team player, like huge team player. So I'm like I'm the person that when we're on stage, I know all your words. Like I'm like superstar on stage with y'all. Like I know everybody's words. I'm ready to go. But if I hear your verse and I can't apply that, if I'm like I'm not gonna be able to apply that, then I don't see the need for it to be on. If it's on my song, I don't see the need for it to be on my song. If I sent the verse,
yeah.
like it has to make sense. Like everything has to make sense in hip hop. Now if you're a rapper, cool, do what you want. But if we're doing a hip hop song, an MC song, then it got to make sense.
hmm.
It got to be
I
cohesive.
love I love real quick, man. I just got to get in to what you just said, right? right? Because I think this is a thing that for some reason a lot of people either don't get or they gloss over. I don't fucking understand, man. Or they don't understand. I don't know. And I don't understand why they don't understand it because there's rap, you know what I mean? Which is hey, let's talk about lean and drugs
Hmm.
and fucking shooting people and fucking hoes. And that is it. This is rap. And then there's hip hop. And hip hop has a far deeper message. Hip hop will actually talk about true subjects that are going on within the fucking place that we live, whether it's your hometown, whether it's your city, your state, or the entirety of the planet and the species as we are. Why the fuck do you think people want to say these things are the same thing when they clearly are not? This is a children's book. This is
Facts.
an adult fucking novel.
Facts.
All right. And if anybody wants to get pissed at me for that, go ahead. I don't rightly give a shit because it's a concept you should simply understand or you should go back to reading your fucking children's books.
Agreed. Like I compare hip hop and rap to chess and checkers.
Oh, I just played both today, as a matter of fact, and what an accurate fucking comparison, Lights Out.
I give it
Hmm.
a try.
Yeah, I was playing with a 13-year-old and like a 6-year-old, so one played chess, one played checkers.
Exactly.
So, you know what I mean? Yeah,
Because
that
a rapper, like rappers now, when they rhyme, whatever word they can reach that rhymes works for them. That's a regular one move jump. But in chess, as we know, you got to move your pieces intricately. Your words have to be placed intricately in everything you do. You have to think ahead of your bars. You can't just write 2 bars and not be ready for the other 4. Everything has to be cohesive. Everything has to be ready to go in that line. You have to move strategically. As an MC is not allowed to just truck, fuck, buck, luck. No, that's not what we do. Like it has to be. I'm not gonna give you an example, but you would have to. It
hey,
has to be like ready to go. Like there's a story behind it. Like I rode a train to get to the plane. Like that's kitty still, but it's still a message. I'm telling you where I'm traveling. You know what I
How
mean?
much you think that's like I don't know who, like the industry or whatever, like rock, you got soft rock, you got alternative, you got hard, you got heavy metal. When you got hip hop, you just got rap. You know what I mean? Like there ain't pop
that's
rap, there
true.
ain't country rap. I mean, like in the circle, like underground circles, there's like certain like genres, but like it's just usually just we're all lumped into one category. So anything that's got sort of a hip hop feel to it's rap. When to me, like some of these new people that jump on it's more pop to me. Like there's
I
nothing
agree.
rap about it. Yeah, they rhyme to a beat, but it's not rap.
Exactly.
I,
I feel the same exact way. It's it's just weird. Like it's just weird.
it is like why is our culture like it's always been like, like it'll be a fad, it's going to go away, all that. Now it's to the point where it's bigger than life itself, pretty much. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
And the crazy part is the new cats will tell you, I want to be a rock star. I want to be a pop star. Like I'm doing this to be a pop star. I'm doing this to be a rap a pop star or a rock star. They don't say I do this to be a rap star or I want to just be a hip hop star. No one
Hmm.
says that. No one says I'm doing this to be an MC. I want to be a rock star. Like I, I was mad at something a couple years ago before COVID. It was
You're making my head hurt, Lights Out. I just had to say, but go ahead.
it was something that happened. I can't remember who it was. It was some young rapper, and I'm not gonna say his name anyway. But I don't remember either way. And he didn't know who Rakim was, and I was like, how? Like, how do you not like? You don't have to be able to spit the word bar for bar, but you should know who Rakim is. You should know who Run is. You should know who DMC is. You should know who KRS-One is. It's history,
Hmm.
and they're still relevant and they're still around. So it's not like I'm saying Cool C because Cool C is not around. So there will be nothing for you to know about Cool C. But Rakim still raps. KRS-One is still active. So there's no reason that if you're in hip hop, you don't know who these people are.
Look,
Yeah,
Yeah.
all I know is I was in FYE a while ago looking for some fucking CDs, and when I asked for Method Man, Redman, Blackout, they said, "You mean Method Man, Redman, Red Hair?" and then they had to ask me how to spell Wu-Tang Clan, and it hurt my soul. And but I at least found Liquid Swords within the store, so that made up for it a little bit because they did have Liquid Swords actually in the little pit of the
Wow.
last fucking CD racks that they had. But they had to add like I had two 16-year-olds ask me how to spell Wu-Tang Clan. Bro, it kind of hurt, especially being a member of the 144. You know what I mean? And fucking being part of the fam and shit, bro. Like, and then that, yeah. So I what do you think? Why do you think the culture is lost so much in that, man? Like, what made it to where? And like, I mean, this exactly it goes back to the question DKB asked, man. I mean, do you think it was just an industry thing, and they were like,
Or you'll see these
I
people
gotta,
wearing shirts like Wu-Tang Clan shirts. They don't know what it is. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's a heavy
They
metal
they
band.
think
I
Wu
don't
Tang
know.
is
I
a
found it a hot
they think Wu
topic.
Tang is a show that just came out on Hulu.
Right, right.
Like that's crazy. I think the culture is too instantaneous. It's like cream of wheat or instant
mm,
breakfast, like microwavable. Like they want stuff right now. That's why nothing lasts long anymore. Like that's why you don't have the longevity that we used to have. Because everything is a fad. Everything is instantaneous. Everything is I like it now. Like how many albums that you know go 18 deep anymore? Like
Right.
you know what I mean? Like everything is instantaneous. There's not people don't even drop really albums anymore. They drop like
Nah.
songs. You know what I'm
fuck
saying?
that,
Everything is
fuck
instantaneous.
that. We drop albums as Killer Factor. We drop albums. I just want to point that
I'm the
out.
same way
As
And
you
too.
should.
Like,
anyway,
and like,
yeah,
I'm the
fuck
same
that
way
shit.
too.
Drop
Like,
albums.
I'm thinking if somebody gonna burn this, there's 80 minutes on a disc. I gotta fill almost this whole 80 minutes. I can't rip them off and
Right.
give them a 30-minute, 40-minute CD.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I used to feel ripped off about a CD, and it's like, man, this only got 10 tracks on it. I about to pay $15 for this.
Right. And then what's crazy is like, don't all 10 be hot?
Yeah. Like, could you imagine a whole foot? Yeah. Like, I don't know how many times it. Why did they make the CD longer? You know what I
Right.
mean?
Like if you're gonna give me 10 songs, then at least 8 should be hot because it means you didn't do your whole
Shit.
catalog.
Right.
Yeah.
Like before you do an album, you should have at least double. Like if you want to do 10 songs, you should have at least 20 songs ready. And then you're picking from the 20 songs to come down to your 10. You telling me that out of the 20 songs you pick 10 and 5 are only good?
And how do you feel about people rapping over their own shit? That's the same shit too.
Oh,
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's almost like you can't even like how you expect your fans to know your shit word by word and to love you when you're just kind of like
Mm-hmm.
playing karaoke yourself.
I'm so glad you said that because
oh,
I love Jadakiss so much for that
Hmm.
verses because that
Yeah.
shit was
And
so hip hop.
I was such a Dipset guy before. Like, I love
I'm so
Jada
sorry. I'm so
Kiss.
sorry for you that day because that day was really
But
bad for
yeah,
you though.
dude, Jada murdered the game on that
That,
day.
that day was really bad for you then. Like
Yeah, I
really
felt
bad.
bad. Like before that, I was all like, "Yeah, dip, dip, dip." After that, I was like, "Jada Kill
The crazy part is
everything."
I'm still a fan of Dipset. I'm a huge fan of Dipset. But and I thought Dipset was gonna win. I really thought Dipset was gonna win because when you think of the versus battle, you think
Yeah,
of hits. You think of
yes.
hits. So, but
But
Jada
that shows you how much real MCing
exactly
is really what the you know what I mean. It's about.
like they were doing mixtape stuff and was killing it, and the whole crowd knew the mixtape stuff. That's hip. That's the culture. That's
Hmm.
the culture. Like that was the greatest thing after COVID to happen to hip hop was that
Yes.
verse. Easily the greatest thing that happened to hip hop after that. Because if you were an MC and you saw that and you did not think that is what I need to do every time I step on stage, then you shouldn't be MC. Don't label yourself that. Because
oh, hell no.
I literally the last like 4 shows after that because I started doing shows like a little bit after that. I did a show in
Hmm.
North Carolina with Judah and a couple of shows after that. Literally before every show I did the rest of that year, I watched that verses before I did every show I did because that was so monumental to me. Like
Right.
I got tears in my eyes just thinking about it. That was just one of the greatest things I've ever seen as a hip hop artist, a hip hop fan, a fan of the culture. It was just beautiful. Like it was
Hmm.
just so beautiful to watch them work the way that they worked. They knew each other's words. Jada just was like, "I'm not letting y'all fall." It just was. It was a clinic. It was a clinic of how to be an MC on the stage.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Hey, now, real quick, not to flip back to what we was going to though, but I want to flip back to something real quick right before. As far as the albums, I'm curious, man. Like that, when you're putting together an album,
Mhm.
what's that process for you, man? You know, like if you're just putting out one of your, I'm not talking like a chosen few album because
Yeah, mine.
obviously that's a whole different process that
Mhm.
that Judah is in charge of, and I don't want to be because it was enough of a pain in the ass creating AA for fucking for wickedness and retribution. I could only imagine trying to run the whole show because that particular track has 16 artists, including myself and DKB. It was a pain in the ass. So I can only imagine trying to run everything as far as what Judah's done. But hey, bro, just so you know, Judah, you're doing a fucking phenomenal job. Much love. But just as far as the process of all goddamn day, but that's fucking right. But as far as the process for you, how do you go through that?
I try to break it down in categories. It's funny that you asked that because I'm like working on my album now and getting finished the touches on it. I feel as though how like when we were younger we had complete albums, we had packages, we had songs that said something. So I try to get a song about a girl because girls buy music. You gotta have a couple tracks that you just really talking your shit on, that you just like I'm the best rapper in the live. Gotta have one of those. You gotta have a track with all your family on it, a big group track. This is how I do mine. You gotta have a party song. Basically, I try to cover all genres of what I believe hip hop is, so that I miss no one.
I,
So,
s- I
but
swear you just kind of explained wickedness and retribution a little bit. Did he not, bro?
Hey,
Like
I
I
mean, that's
swear,
how
like
I go about shit too, man.
I mean,
Like,
that's literally like that's just dope as fuck. Like everything you said, I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, yeah, we did that on that, 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 we
Great
did that.
Minds Think Alike.
Fuck.
hmm
That's
but
hip hop.
like the people that don't follow that formula, you know what I mean? That's the people that's, we're kind of poking fun at here though too. You know what I mean? Like the 10 tracks, they're all the same, or you know what I mean? There ain't
Yeah,
no substance.
exactly.
Well, you know what I say, brother?
Is it time?
I say we spike this goddamn shit because now it's time for the killer factor conundrum of questions. Question one, DKB, serve it up.
Favorite food?
Cheeseburger,
Comic books or books?
comic books,
Anime or cartoons?
anime,
Favorite hero?
Batman,
Favorite type of music?
hip hop.
Favorite movie?
Woo! Tombstone.
Favorite
Nice.
favorite MC?
LL Cool J.
Favorite actor or actress?
Johnny Depp.
Nice. Team Depp, man. Fuck Amber Heard. Goddamn bitch.
Yeah. Favorite city or state?
Philadelphia.
Favorite venue you've ever performed at?
Trocadero.
All right.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. That's what's up. Check it out. Check it out. One more thing before we wrap this
No, yeah,
motherfucker
I
up.
want to talk. You would tell me about that venue.
Oh,
Oh,
well, if you
Trocadero. Trocadero was the one of the first venues that I actually went to that wasn't. You know how you say a hole in the wall, but it's not a bit negative thing.
Mm.
It wasn't a bar. It was one of the first venues that I went to that actual people went to. Like Joe Buttons was there the week before I was there, so it was special to me because I felt like I was bigger than what I was because Joe Buttons was there the week before. Even though
Yeah.
we were only on the balcony of it because it's like it's sectioned off, but that's one of my favorite places I've ever performed because I felt bigger than what I was at the time.
That in
So
Philly?
yeah, I feel it.
All right.
fuck yeah.
It was a good spot in Albuquerque that I performed at. I just don't remember the name of it.
Fuck yeah, man. That's what's up, man. And look, when it comes to the 144, I'm telling you right now, we all trying to perform, right? Every motherfucking one of us, right? So if you need a fucking like if you're anywhere in this country and you need somebody to perform, I guarantee one of us is fucking pretty close. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, At least there's one fucking act from a 144 that ain't far from your venue if you run a venue. I goddamn fucking promise it,
I
right?
guarantee you that.
Yeah, real quick before we wrap out though, man. Yo, M.A.S Lights Out. I just need you to be like, yo, this is M.A.S Lights Out. You're listening to Chosen World. Talk a little shit, bro.
This is M.A.S Lights Out, representing fours up, shirts on deck, everything on deck. Shout out to my bro Judah Priest, always had the fours up. We rocking with Chosen World right now. If you're not here, then you're not nowhere. I don't understand what else would you be doing in this time frame. I mean, make sure you got your pay attentions on. We schooling y'all. It's not a regular podcast. It's a growth podcast. It's a school podcast. We try to teach you what we try to teach you. So you should have your pens and your pencil down and learn it if you're not really about the culture, so you can understand what we bringing to you. Because we giving you keys. We giving you keys. All you gotta do is drive the car.
Goddamn. Lights Out. It's been a hell of an interview. It's been a
Oh
pleasure
yeah.
interviewing you, bro. It is a pleasure working with you as well. We got a dope ass track coming with this motherfucker right here. Y'all need to stay fucking tuned for that. Y'all need to stay tuned for more Chosen War because look, it's about that maximum motherfucking effort. That's what's up. I am the Unknown Factor. It's UF unless you want to flip it.
I'm Mr. DKB. You've been watching Chosen World podcast.
Yeah, with M.A.S, and I'm telling you, lights out.